This was a big topic of discussion at the tail end of last week, going into this week. Based on reports, reading from this, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth ignited a brief firestorm after announcing a deal that lets the Qatari Emiri Air Force build a facility inside Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho to host F-15s and train alongside U.S. crews. The phrasing initially fueled claims of a foreign base on U.S. soil, but the Pentagon and Qatar quickly clarified that the site will be a dedicated training complex within a U.S.-run base, under U.S.-run jurisdiction and security, consistent with longstanding on-site training arrangements for allies. Here is the video of Pete Hegseth announcing that just last week.
No one other than President Trump could have achieved the peace that we believe will be a lasting peace in Gaza. And Qatar played a substantial role from the beginning, working with our folks to ensure that came about. So I want to thank you for that historic piece. We look forward to joining the president as that gets, it's already been delivered, but as that's formally signed as well. And I'm also proud that today we're announcing, we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. The location will be host a contingent of Qatari F-15s and pilots to enhance our combined training, increase lethality, interoperability. It's just another example of our partnership. And I hope you know, Your Excellency, that you can count on us.
So you see how that was pitched.
Yeah.
It made it sound like we are building facilities for the Qatari military at an existing military base within the United States, which sounds like a huge problem.
Right.
If I got that right. Like, what do you guys have to say to that?
I'm going to say mine.
You know, we saw a lot of those planes, and someone needs to learn how to fly those planes. And it's basically a jet fighter dealership. That's how I see it. All right. Most of our government runs to that sweet industrial complex money. Let's just make it easy. We show them the planes. We sell them to them. They've been very useful on the peace negotiation talks. They like, even though they've been bad mouths, they're usually very reasonable. I lived in the region. They're usually very reasonable people. A terrible country. Like, once you go to Dubai and then you go to Qatar, like you see, like it's not good. Like, their mall sucks. Well, like joint operations and joint training, like if you know about the military, they do it all the time with all the countries, all right?
I actually have a list of some of the ones they do that with.
One of my really good friends, I can disclose, he's from a foreign navy, and it's an ally to the United States, and they run joint operation training once a year, all right? Every year they get together, they get all the boats together, and they run drills, you know, because threats are everywhere. It was like how heated things are. If this was released maybe in a month from now, it would have been a non-story. But with the Qatar involvement and this and that, I don't know. Like,
well, to what you were saying, arrangements like this are pretty common. The U.S. has hosted allied air units and training detachments for decades under U.S. command and security. For example, Singapore's Air Force has an embedded squadron at that same Mountain Home Air Force Base in Idaho, training on F-15s alongside the 366 Fighter Wing. NATO partners do the same thing out of an Air Force base in Texas. Germany maintains a U.S.-based tactical training command to oversee its flying training in North America. And there are several others. Qatar is unique because it's the first Arabic Muslim country that we have reached this kind of partnership with. Shockingly, seems like we're suddenly okay with Arabs taking to the skies again, but whatever. If we want to train Muslims on how to fly fighter jets, I guess we sold them to them, so why not follow it all the way through?
If the Saudis gotten this benefit, some people will be losing their shit.
Wow, well, so the base is supposed to house 12 Qatari F-15 jets and 300 Qatari personnel. It turns out the 299 of them are actually Saudi nationals. Maybe we'd have some questions to ask here once again. But a lot of people freaked out about this as soon as Pete Hegseth said it. Laura Loomer, for example, was the most vocal, saying no foreign country should have a military base on U.S. soil, especially Islamic countries. I have never felt more betrayed by the GOP than I do now watching Islamic jihadists get away with implementing Sharia law in the U.S., and now they're getting their own air base where they will train to kill Americans. She went on in multiple points, actually drew a response from Pete Hegseth, eventually saying, important clarification, the U.S. military has a longstanding partnership with Qatar, including today's announced cooperation with the F-15QA aircraft. However, to be clear, Qatar will not have their own base in the United States, nor anything like a base. We control the existing base like we do with all partners.
Can't they train where they like? First of all, am I losing my mind? Is Qatar the place that funds terrorism?
Well, Israel asked
one of
them
them
to fund Hamas, I believe.
Well, that's what I heard. A lot of stories where, Bibi was giving them money, and that was technically
and
funding
this
Hamas.
This is why it's so complicated, because everything that people accuse Israel of doing, pro-Israel people say Qatar is doing. So when we say things like, hey, there's this weird Project Esther that's paying American conservative influencers $7,000 a post to make pro-Israel content, they would all respond with, but Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Ian Carroll, they're all paid for by Qatar to spread anti-Israel propaganda.
Yeah.
So it's this back and forth of you're actually everybody wants their opponent to be owned by a country in the Middle East, whether it's Israel or Qatar. Sometimes things just happen organically here that are stupid. But other times we have vested financial interests from other countries trying to get people to do stuff. So I agree with what Laura Loomer is saying. I don't want foreign militaries having bases or really even training.
I don't give a damn if they're footing the bill. I don't want
Laura
nobody
Loomer
here.
Follow that through to its conclusion and say we should suspend all IDF operations in the United States immediately? I highly doubt it. I would. I don't want the Qataris here. I don't want the Israelis here.
What's the argument for it? Like, for people who are in support of either of them, what's the argument for it? Like, why it's a good thing for us?
I think this is paying back for helping stop and Trump with Hamas and stuff. But bro, you don't invite a foreign military to your soil, let them set up shop, and then call it training. That's not a partnership. You're compromising. And this is coming, Pete Hegseth, this is the Department of War. F that, bro. I don't want nobody here. Nobody train on your own. Go to somebody else's desert and do whatever.
How about the Germans?
What do you mean?
The Germans have
they're sneaky too.
No. By the way, why don't we just let China buy more farmland near our military base? Why not? Let's just let everybody
let
come
them
over
set up
here.
an air base.
But this is the United States of America. I don't want anybody setting up, paying for anything. It compromises the mission. Period. I don't know what backdoor deals happened. I'm America first, bro. No. Build it somewhere else.
The excuse for this is that it's in keeping with all of our alliances that we have. So NATO partners, Qatar is an official allied non-NATO partner. And we do this kind of stuff with all of our allies. We supply them with military equipment because, apparently the U.S. is like the backbone of all these the multilateral international agreements where we have to sustain everybody. Nobody else builds planes like we do. Every other country in the world is building something that tries to replicate what America did in like the 60s.
No. I mean, this is a very old and antiquated plane. I think the F-15, because this is the Qatar version. That's why it's QA. They have the SA for Saudi Arabia, the QA for Qatar. It's from 1975, like the F-15. It's a very old airplane. Have you seen the new ones, Vinny?
They're sick.
Oh, they're sick.
No, they're ridiculous.
Can you pull up a picture? They're the best. The F-35 lining.
The one that cost $2 billion.
Oh, Brandon, have you seen them though?
Yeah, it doesn't look worth $2 billion.
The F-22s or the new one?
The F-35s.
Oh, those things are sick too, bro.
Look at
I
them.
love our freaking fighter pilot. Like, what's the one beneath it? Is that the Lockheed? That right there, bro. Look at the F-35, bro.
Look at it.
Like, I would want to die. Like, if I'm gonna die, I want that thing to shoot a missile on top of me. That's why. Who killed you?
That's all I want in life. Like,
F-35 Lightning.
F-35, that's it.
No, so in keeping with how we typically do these things, we're giving allied nations older equipment, training them on how to use it.
Not here.
But again, like I was saying, this is the first time an Arabic Islamic country is one of the people
keep an eye on them?
No, stay in Qatar. We can bomb you from afar if you ever get crazy.
I think we should just stop selling our weapons to other countries. I don't care how closely allied you are. If we stop selling them our military technology.
These like literally funding terrorism. I saw reports. Bibi was funding, giving money to Qatar. They were bringing suitcases of cash to fund Hamas. And what did Bibi say about Hamas? I could turn up the temperature whenever I want. Like, basically, he has control. No,
basically, they would never get the land back without the existence of Hamas.
Of Hamas. Listen, but I know we're closing right now because I got to go. But you know what? I'm not a fan of it. at all. Period. End of
Just
story.
think about the poor people at Lockheed Martin.
Having to make all the stuff.
Have
for
a
them.
heart.
Have
Won't someone
heart.
think of the defense
their,
contractors?
Think of their bonuses, Vinny.
I know, my bad. It's Christmas is coming. You're right.
Yeah. How are
Let
they
me
going to
change
buy
my attitude, yeah.
mansions?
So you know what? Welcome to the neighborhood, Qatar. Hope you don't try to blow us up as
But
soon as the wind shifts.
Congratulations.
We can cry about this, talk about it, but this is rolling. All right, there's nothing you can do.
No,
about
no,
it.
we're gonna stop it.
Nobody voted on
Yeah.
it. Like, it
By the way,
just-
if somebody's listening to this podcast right now in the car, roll down your windows real quick. Roll down your windows. Put the volume up, and I want somebody that's around you to listen to this. Maybe freaking Department of Justice, Homeland Security is gonna come after you.
Well,
Sorry.
they might have an F-35
hiring
follow
you.
you
Middle
through
Eastern, so I
traffic.
can do whatever the hell I want.
But on that note, let's just hope that our new Qatari associates will have our best interests at heart, and inshallah they shall not bomb us.
Inshallah. Inshallah. So if you like this clip, click right here. And if you want to see more like it, click right here. Stay angry, Patriots.